The reason I'm doing this video is because I recently started rereading The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. And in it, there's a chapter that really resonated with me. It's chapter 9. It's called Removing Your Inner Thorn. And we're going to get to what that means in just a second. But this chapter really summarizes how I've come to live my life. And basically, it distills the idea of having a problem into two categories. There are two things that you can do when you have a problem. You can choose to hold on to the problem and try and change your external world accordingly while holding on to the problem. Or we can view our problem as an opportunity for growth and basically remove the problem. So imagine if you've been punctured in the arm by a thorn, right? Just like a normal thorn from a flower or a plant. There are two ways to go about this. One is you can just remove the thorn, right? You can remove the thorn from your arm and then continue living life. The other way to go about this is you can completely change your external world to accommodate your thorn. Instead of removing the thorn from your arm, you are going to make sure that everything around you is soft. Nothing will bump into your thorn. When you sleep, you will put a protective layer over your thorn. So when you move around in your sleep, it's not irritating the thorn. And you'll make sure you keep a close distance to everyone else so you don't bump into anyone, so it doesn't bump into your thorn. And basically, instead of removing the thorn, you're going to just change your life to accommodate your thorn. When you do that, what happens is you basically are creating your life around your thorn. And of course, the thorn is the symbol for your problems. So there's two ways to go about your problems, as I said earlier. One is to, first of all, look at it as an opportunity for growth and choose to remove the thorn. Deal with the problem at its fundamental root layer, right? Dealing with the root of the problem. Or you can just change your external world to accommodate your problem. There's examples like, there's certain subjects that you don't speak to your father about, right? That's his internal thorn. So he has established in his life, in his relationships, there's certain subjects that you cannot talk to him about because it irritates the thorn or rubs him, it stings where the thorn was placed. Or you can remove the thorn and be free to talk about anything that you want, no matter what it is, no matter if it's good or bad. I want you to realize that if you are the person who's choosing to keep the thorn and instead change their external world, you're not solving the problem. You have to realize you're not solving the problem. The problem is there. You're just coping with it. You're changing your life to accommodate your problem. An example of someone who is dealing with the thorn of loneliness, instead of actually dealing with the loneliness and trying to change their external world, it might be someone who is constantly bouncing from relationship to relationship because they need someone in their life. They can't be alone. They can't be single. Everything in their life is a distraction, so they don't feel the thorn of loneliness. Now, how we go about removing thorns. What thorns are pain caused by past events that have been trapped in our body, trapped in our system, trapped in basically blocking the flow of energy through our heart. And so what that means is emotions want to be felt, and they want to essentially they want to flow. They don't want to be blocked. So what that means is you have to feel the emotion. We spend so much of our life trying to avoid the emotion that's being stored in us. And what we don't realize is that when we do that, we're living our lives with that emotion stuck in us, when what we can do instead is choose to just feel it all the way through, and it only takes like a minute. Just feel it all the way through your body, and then it'll be done. And what you have to realize is that you are not the emotion. You are not the loneliness. You're not the sadness. You're not the depression. You're also not the thoughts of loneliness. You're not the thoughts of depression. You're not your thoughts. You are the observer. You're the silent observer. You're experiencer of what's going on around you. So we can take this seat. We can center ourselves and take the seat of being the observer. And from here, we fully experience the emotion that wants to come through. When you really let it come through, when you really feel it from the observer, it allows for it to pass. It allows for the blockages to open. You can take a deep breath, you can let go of the resistance, and that's it. And you let it go. This is very similar. I'm going to put a link to my other video of how to let go of resistance. It's really the same idea. It's feeling the resistance all the way through, just like any other emotion, and releasing it. So you can do this with all the thorns that are already there in your heart, all the internal thorns. And what you can do is when you're going through life and you notice something coming up in real time, in the present moment, instead of closing off, these are how thorns are created. You close off the flow of energy. So let's say something that you don't want happens to you in your life, you shut down, you close off, you close your heart. Instead of doing that, you keep your heart open. So try this. The next time something triggers you, something doesn't go your way, you feel reactive, notice that, take the seat as the observer and open your heart and allow the flow to go through your heart and release it. Doing this means that you're growing. So when I'm talking about you can use your problems as opportunities for growth, this is you growing. This is no longer you holding back. This is no longer you suppressing. This is no longer you trying to change the external world. This is you taking in the external world for what it is, and you yourself growing. Realizing that you are not your problem, you're not your thought, you're not your mind, you're not the emotions, you are the observer of all of this. Hopefully this brought you some value. Please try this in your own life. Experience it. Whatever is closing you off in life, take that as an opportunity to open up and live your life that way. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. That way it'll trigger the algorithms so more people can see this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.